Hi guys, I'm gonna pull us up a little bit. I can't ever tell exactly what's the best window to the frame. Oh, thank you, baby. Because the viewer is always for a camera, and then when you push the video button, it zooms it in a little bit, and so I can't ever tell what's quite right, but I think this is going to be good enough. I'm just going to scooch us over just a bit. I am going to do a plan with me in this Recollections binder planner, and I haven't done one here in a while. You can even see that I didn't do any in here in the month of October at all. So at all, I didn't do any. And the reason why is because, to be honest with you, I'm really not in love with these inserts. These monthlies are from the Carpe Diem, like the Reset Girl, but these here are just from Recollections themselves. And you see I did last week and I hate it. I'm trying different things because I use this as my budget planner, so it doesn't have to be so elaborate, but I'm just kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of running out of steam on a few things. I want things to be a little bit different than I've been doing them, and so I'm trying to kind of gain inspiration and kind of play with things a little bit and see what I like and what I don't, and I'm trying to decide if my budget planning is the thing I'm going to use this for in 2018, and I'm still not quite decided on that. So I guess I'll just kind of figure that out as I go, and maybe we can figure it out together because I'm really not quite positive. But with that being said, I have these budget planning stickers that I did get from Michael's from Recollections, and it has like all these different kinds of stuff in here. So I'll probably pull from this and use some of these. But I haven't quite decided if that's the way I want to use this planner for next year yet, because I don't know. I like the planner because when I was thinking about just getting rid of it altogether, I kind of missed it a little bit, but I don't love the inserts, so I might find me some different inserts for it. But anyways, so I am going to kind of pull a little bit from these stickers here, and then I have some other stickers over here that I want to pull from. And so I'm just going to go ahead and kind of play with it and get started. And we'll just kind of see how it goes, I guess. I'm really just not sure exactly what I want to do, to be honest with you. And so I'm kind of just playing as I go. This has been, I'm not going to lie to you, a absolutely horrible week. And so I feel like I have like a little bit of whiplash. I'm kind of out of it. So if I don't see myself, that is definitely why. To be honest with you, I'm just what I said. I'm just out of it. And of course, my washi cutter is nowhere to be found, even though I have multiples of them. I don't know where any of them are. But I am just having a hard time this week. So if you're new, I'm so happy that you decided to subscribe. I'm so glad you're watching. And if you're not and you haven't seen these videos where I talked about this, we have had hand, foot, and mouth that has come into our home and unleashed its fury on us. So Killian got it first. He caught it from a little boy at church in the nursery, and then Tristan caught it, and I caught it about the same time. So yes, adults can get it, even though it's really not very common for them to get it. The little boy that he caught it from, his parents both have had it, and then I had it. Joshua has not gotten it, so hopefully he won't. And then I've tried to keep, Jaron away, but it's difficult because, he hasn't really seen us, and I don't know. That's a very difficult situation. So if you're a blended family, then you understand probably what I'm talking about when it's just difficult. There's so many difficulties involved in being a blended family. There's a lot of different things that some people just don't understand that goes into being a blended family. You think you know how hard it is, but you just don't. You don't understand that, yes, it is very difficult in a lot of different ways. I'm trying to look for a washi cutter, and I'm just not finding one. So I think I'm going to have to pause it and go grab one, but that's okay. I will just deal with it. Okay, I also got these little stamps that we might play with, and I'll kind of see if I want to when I get there, but anyways, I was saying, like, having a blended family is very, very difficult. So I know I've talked about it a little bit, and I really try not to. Number one, because the little ears are almost always here with me when I am filming, and they are always listening, and I really try hard not to say anything about things like that around him. But at the same time, it is very difficult because I'm just a very transparent, open person, and so not talking about it is hard when it is something that I am thinking about. So anyway, it is very difficult, a blended family, for a lot of different reasons, but basically when you parent a lot different than the other home that your stepchild is in, it's very, very difficult for you to come together, especially when you really don't get along very well. So we definitely don't. We are cordial just for the child, and that's what you should be if you at all possibly can. And we are cordial, but we definitely wouldn't be friends if we could choose. I just don't think that would be a choice that we wouldn't gravitate towards each other if we had the option. But we don't, and so it is what it is. You have to make the best out of things. Sometimes it's not perfect, but you just have to make the best out of things, and so that's what we try to do. But it's definitely very difficult when you parent a lot differently than the other person, and we do. We don't really agree on very much when it comes to the parenting aspect of things, and so when you are both parents of the same child, that can make life extremely hard. And so, anyway, what was even worse is that she had Jaren 2 weekends in a row, because we had Jaren 2 weekends in a row so we could have him for his school break. And because of that, it kind of offset everything. And so she kept him 2 weekends in a row to kind of fix that, so that we could get back on schedule or whatever. And so, because of that, then we had this outbreak, and so it was even longer before we saw him, and it was just not good. So, we've been trying to deal with that and kind of figure out what the best move is, what the best thing is. It's very difficult when you're in that kind of a situation, because it's like, okay, well, we want to keep the safety of the child, but then again, we don't want to make him feel like he's not welcome here or wanted or anything like that, because he is 7. He just turned 7, so it's not like he really understands these kinds of things, and we're having some issues there anyway, and we don't want to make things worse. But just keep us in your prayers if you think about us, because it is something that is difficult, and it's kind of difficult for everyone involved. So, yeah, it just kind of is what it is. So I'm going to use, let's see, this, if I can find an acrylic block that I know was over here. I might have to end up going to get that as well. When you're figuring out what you want to do and you're not really sure, I'm not always the most prepared person in the world. I guess I can use this one, even though it's really large for this, but it's okay. But anyways, it's been a little bit difficult, but it's okay. Everyone learns, and we all have to go through things in our life that are learning moments, and that is good. We grow. That's the way we grow, and everything can't always be easy, so that's not what I expect it to be, for sure. But at the same time, I wish it was just a little bit easier maybe than it is right now. Everybody has been so sick, and on top of it all, Killian has not been sleeping at all. And at first I was like, okay, he has hand, foot, and mouth. This is uncomfortable for him, and that's why he's not sleeping, and this will get better and he'll be fine. That stamped really pretty. And then after that, like, he still wasn't sleeping, even after all of the blisters and everything went away. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe, maybe it'll get better, and I just need to be patient. And, then he started tugging at his ears. So if you guys have been with me for a long time, you know, like, the journey that we have and the struggle that we've had with his ears. And so I was like, crap, he probably has an ear infection. And the little guy that he caught it from had a double ear infection. So I was like, wow, yeah, he's probably hurting really bad, and that's why he's not sleeping. He's cranky, and he has a double ear infection. So, okay, let's give him some ear drops. So I started the ear drops. He started sleeping a little better, but still wasn't sleeping. So I was like, gosh, so then his ears weren't draining at all. So I was like, because, if you guys have any knowledge of tubes, Killian does have tubes, if you didn't know that. And so if you have, if you've ever dealt with tubes, you know that, like, when they have tubes in their ears, they drain when they have an ear infection, and all the infection just kind of drains out. That's what the tube is. It's so that the infection doesn't sit on their ear. It allows it to drain out, and that way they can get rid of the infection. But it wasn't draining, so I was like, okay, well, that can't be good. And so I took him to his specialist, and he didn't have an ear infection. And so I was kind of baffled a little bit, because I was sure that that's what was going on. And so I'm like, well, why aren't you sleeping? He still isn't sleeping very well. Okay, he wanted peaches, so he knows he's supposed to be resting, and he's not. He's not a good rester, y'all, and he's not well, so he definitely needs to rest and let his body get better, and he is just not a good rester at all. It's very difficult to get him to just rest. He's not good at it, and he's a night owl, so it's even worse, because he truly needs to get some more rest, and he's just not doing it. He drives me bonkers. He doesn't listen. He's stubborn like his daddy. I guess he gets it on us because I'm, like, super stubborn too, to be completely honest with you. It's a problem. Okay. I don't know if I like that or not. I think I want it to be like this instead. But anyways, I don't even know what I was saying. He distracted me so badly. It's very, I guess I was still talking about blended families. I'm not really sure. I don't really know what I was talking about Killian. So he hasn't slept at all, actually. And, it's just been a complete nightmare. So, he didn't even have an ear infection. His tubes were great, and his ears were great. He didn't have an ear infection at all, and I was, like, so confused. And he told me he didn't know why he wasn't sleeping, and so I'm like, okay, well, great. So I don't understand what's going on with my child, but I wish it would stop, because it's literally like him being a newborn all over again. He is just keeping me awake all night long for absolutely, apparently, no reason. And I'm so tired, I can barely function. And I'm, obviously you guys see that Tristan doesn't sleep, so I'm awake with him early in the morning. And, he's 5, so it's not like I'm just like, here, son, go play and go away, and I'm just going to sleep. I mean, no, it's not really how it works. So I'm awake with him, and yeah, so it just kind of is what it is. sleepy or not, and I just have lots of coffee and try not to scream. And Joshua's off day was Tristan's birthday, and Tristan was sick, so we've been dealing with this sickness. They had hand, foot, and mouth for Halloween, so they couldn't go trick-or-treating, and then they had hand, foot, and mouth on Tristan. Tristan had it on his birthday, which was pitiful, and I felt so terrible for him because he was so sick and so sad. I felt so bad for him. He still had a really good birthday. We did everything we possibly could to make it really fun for him, and I think that he really had a good time. But he was still, like, super sick and not exactly happy because it was rough. And I know it was rough. And he was trying to be such a trooper. He was such a good boy. But I know that he was not feeling good. So I'm going to have to clean these stamps when I finish. So I definitely felt super bad for him. But we did the best that we could to make it super fun. And I know that he enjoyed it and he loved his present. So I was super happy about that. But yeah. He did cry a little bit on his birthday because he just felt so yucky. And he's trying to be such a trooper, but then he just couldn't hold it together anymore. He cried a little bit, and I felt really bad for him. But anyways, so that's what we've been dealing with. So that is why I'm so tired, and I was doing so good to like post so many videos and post like a video a day, and I was doing great. I feel like every time I get the momentum up and I'm like, heck yes, I'm doing this and this is what I want to do, and I'm meeting my goals that I want to accomplish today, and I'm doing this, and every time I do that and I start feeling good about it, some catastrophe always comes up. And I think that's just part of being a mom and really just part of life, to be honest with you. But nevertheless, it is very annoying when you finally start getting into a groove and then it just feels like it's snatched away over and over. It's really frustrating. But I'm going to get it. I am. I'm not going to be held back forever. I'm going to get this to where I can have a set routine that I am happy with. And you guys are going to see. So I was so lucky. Last week with my plan with me's and things, I had filmed ahead of time. And I was so glad I did because I couldn't do any filming when they were so sick because they literally would not sleep and they were just crying and hurting, and then I had it and I ended up breaking out like all over my hands and stuff, and I didn't want you guys to just see me like that. Even if it's just a hand video, like you could tell it on my hands and stuff, and it was just yucky and horrible. And so I was like, well, I didn't really want to film then. But anyways, it's the tail end of it now. Tristan's throat is still yucky, but other than that, we are getting there. So I'm hoping that we're just about finished with this yucky stuff and we're going to be all right. So I'm going to put this washi down here just because it bugs the living daylights out of me that this doesn't ever match the top with all the other days, and it bothers me. So I'm just going to put this down here to kind of match up there so that when I stamp it, it looks the same. I like using these stamps. They're really cute. I do like them, and I think I'm going to stamp on the numbers too if I can figure out how to fit it. But I don't know. Cute. I like it. It's cute. I don't really normally use stamping in my planner, so I do like it. Let's see, today is I don't have this dated, I don't think. Today that I'm planning for is the 6th, I do believe is what we're starting with. But I'm hoping that it dies down a little bit for us. I don't want it. I don't want any action. I don't want anything going on. I just want it to be boring and plain and calm and just fine. That's what I want. I want it to be uneventful. When are the uneventful days going to be back? When have they ever been here? I don't even know. So, yep. Those children are outside screaming. And I bet they're going to come in my yard soon. The smallest dog that we have is a mess, okay? And part of it is because she's still young, so, you know, young puppies are a mess regardless. And part of it is because of that, but part of it is just because she's just a mess. And I keep telling my husband, like, she's a mess. He's like, oh, she'll calm down. No, she hasn't. And now he's like, oh my gosh, that dog is a mess. Yeah, I know. So she gets out all the time and she's always running off. And that's how Willow was too, our pit bull dog. And she's a puppy as well, but she's just a little bit older than this one. She was like that at first too, and she still will be, but she's big enough she can't run off because she's in the pen that we have and she is stuck. But the other one is not, and she gets away sometimes, and the neighbors are always knocking on the door. Darling, I can't hear you if you whisper. Okay, that's fine. So, Barney had a neighbor from way across the street knocking on my door this morning, and she did not look happy. So I was like, I'm sorry. My bad. And she's really sweet too, so I don't want to make her mad, but couldn't help the dog escaped.
I'm trying to get the sticker.
Oh baby, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to just get it off for you and scrub it off. We're gonna have to scrub it with water in a scrubber, and we can get it off. But
I have an idea. Oh no.
Oh boy. Trying to get a manufactured, designed sticker like the sticker it was supposed to come with. I don't know which. I think I'm gonna put it on this side. Trying to get the sticker off. I think Killian's finally asleep, and that is such a good thing. Because he literally hasn't slept very well. I don't know, guys. I kind of feel like I like that. I don't know what else I would do to it, because I kind of just like it. And I'm just going to put a few of these down. My child loves to find these, so I'm surprised I have any left. And Dollar Tree doesn't always carry them. So they carry them sometimes, but then other times I really can't find them. So I hate it when he snags them from me. Okay. So luckily, this is not really a bill week for us. It's the next week that's such a bill week. So I am going to put this spent sticker down because this week is Tristan's birthday party, and because of that I kind of want to keep up with how much we spent on his party. So his party is on Saturday, so I'm going to put the spent sticker on Friday because I will have bought all the supplies and everything by then. So I am going to put that there, and then I am going to put this gas sticker down on Monday, and then I'm also, oh goodness. Okay, and then I am going to put down this sticker here as well, because I think I'm going to just do every other so it doesn't get so crowded, and then I can write in something at the under that if I need to. And then I'm also going to put this sticker down because I want to keep up with if we go out to eat or order in or do anything like that, how much we spend on that, because I'm trying to start to keep up with everything that we spend. And so hopefully my husband will help me with that. And I'm getting ink everywhere because now I have ink on my fingers. I'm not a very neat stamper because I smudge it and mess it up and everything else, and that's okay. Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna put down this week because that is all that we have. We don't have anything else going on. We've already given Tristan his present, and so I am going to put party shopping on this day, so I can add. No, baby, not right now. I will when I finish, okay? So I can kind of keep track, and then the total will go here. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. And I think Josh was going to be off this week on his off day, so he will be able to go with me and kind of help me get what he thinks we need. And that's what I'm gonna put. So I kind of like this. This is different, and I kind of like it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I'm just going to punch it and stick it back in there. I hope that you guys did enjoy it, and I really appreciate you guys watching. And I will see you guys in the next video. Happy planning. Bye-bye.